pretty good. It's more of the fact that the Nyx Assassin matches up really well against the Puck in the mid lane. It's a counter to the Bat Rider. I think it's all those extra things that Nyx Assassin does that is going to allow him to be one of the few times that he's picked up successfully as a core, and one of obviously the much more rare times that we're going to see him mid.
He does not fit every game, that's for sure. And as you say, this is a great matchup against the Puck. The panel mentioned as well, the Carapace and the Mana Burn. It's just such a strong combination. Good aggressive wards here by Navi, by the way. Gonna help them zoning out Mu. Keep control of him on the offlane.
The early attempt at a courier snipe. They actually have the Phoenix dive already going out, and he's got it in the bag. Tier 1 gives him some damage in return, but Saksa, one of the up-and-coming star support players, heard so many good things.
He's one of those players who grind to 8k MMR playing support. So he's pretty good.
If that doesn't say enough, I don't know what it is. We see the breakdown of our lanes. Mu matched up against Vi.Ditya Ra and Suneko. The mid lane, Weeha and Dendi going at it. Obviously, Dendi missing out on his courier is going to be a little bit of a sore spot, but still.
He'll still be fine though, I think. Yeah. Nyx Assassin has great HP regen, and he still has an Iron Branch he can plant, so he should be good. Bat Rider just trading hits a little bit with Suneko, trying to get experience on this lane.
Unfortunately, poor Mu, as strong as Bat Rider is against dual lanes, because you just harass that support with sticky napalm and everything, it still doesn't quite match up to the way that Beastmaster just jungles effortlessly. So General will be probably slightly ahead as we go probably 6 or 7 minutes in. And as you said, kind of alluding to the Weaver is rather dangerous hero in lane as well.
We'll see if Misery is going to be a good pal and stack up some jungle for his Bat Rider so he can recover later, because yes, this top lane is not good for a Bat Rider. Against Weaver, you can't farm, you can't be aggressive. You cannot kill him. That's the issue.
That's exactly the job of Misery right now, as he's going to be stacking up that hard camp.
Very a good pal. Position. And meanwhile, it's the Phoenix who starts pulling and getting some levels.
The advantage still pretty heavily in Dendi's favor, 9 and 5 compared to the 6 and 2.
Well, he should be slightly winning this farm, and being ahead in CS and having 4 creeps alive is worth mentioning.
Yeah, so he's actually very far ahead in CS, as to be expected. The question is really going to come down to, between these two tempo controllers, who's going to be more successful once we start getting into that phase where they have their levels and they're trying to gank those side lanes. And that will really determine which one of our mid players comes out on top.
I just realized as well, it's Dendi playing Nyx against Weeha. Weeha is one of the players who did mid Nyx a lot. It's a few months ago, but he played that a ton. And very fun to see him go up against it himself here. Of course, that Mana Burn is making his mid lane quite miserable.
Saksa in return. Oh, looks like they may have Mu locked down. They managed to get the missile onto him. Vi.Ditya Ra going in for the dive. Last little bit of extra damage coming out from Vi.Ditya Ra successfully claims our first blood against Mu.
Beautiful kill there, and that's gonna put even more momentum to the safe lane Weaver, who has great CS right now as well. I wonder if he's gonna go for the Orchid build here on Klinks, just because he's against the Weaver. Sometimes you want to punish that. If you get the Orchid early enough, there's no Linken's, there's no defensive item yet. You can take control of the game a little bit. Or if he's gonna go the Desolator build, which is safer.
Yeah, it's definitely the Desolator build is the build that we're seeing pretty much all the time on Klinks', but I think you're on the money there. I think this is one of the few times that you really gotta consider, at least, that Orchid, just because you know Weaver's going to be such a problematic hero once he's able to get that Linken's, because at that point in time, then your Bat Rider becomes a little bit more questionable as to how well he's going to be able to shut down that Weaver.
It also doesn't matter if he gets the Linken's eventually, because then you still have one more thing to pop it in a team fight.
Right.
Oh, bottom. Chen is just coming here to make sure that General can have impact on the lane.
Yeah, and he also sees this stack, so
juicy.
This is supposed to be the Bat Riders. He's supposed to be able to work with 2 different stacks here. Doubt Navi are really going to be able to take too much from here.
No, I think if he gets the Persuasion on the other Hellcaller, he could do a lot here, or the Tormentor.
Oh, yeah. So he could have double blast. Yeah. That would actually be a really good call.
There we go.
There it is. Unfortunately, he had to lose his other State of Blast, but that's okay. One more comes out. Mu is now here, but he doesn't have his Firefly.
Oh, Misery.
They are going to have the wraparound, though. They're going to try and use all 4 heroes to get the kill onto Artstyle. They're going to be able to lock him in, and General just goes for the TP out. He's like, see you later, Artstyle. I appreciate everything you did for me in this lane. We helped do some damage to the Batrider's farm, but in the end, I have to let you be the sacrifice.
Yeah, Bat is still pretty happy. He came down here and got experience from that kill.
Nice sneaky stun from Minenkov, but it's not going to be enough. Dendi unable to follow that one up, it seems, as he didn't quite have enough mana at the time.
Yeah,
with the combo stun.
Still good aggression though. I like Navi's rotations, but DC also responding very well to the bottom rotation by 10. And this is the power of Weaver, by the way. You can leave him alone. He's going to be fine on his own device here, and there's really not a single hero DC can put against him that's going to have a fun time.
Yeah, as we're seeing, Misery was just attempting to get a little bit of experience, immediately punished by Na'Vi.
Yeah. You had to sort of expect that. When Sneko was just mid, don't know where he is yet, but there's a very big chance he comes up here and tries to fight with his Weaver.
Now Mu cuts right back across. Doesn't want to be giving up this tier 1 too early, and he's already kind of farmed up his stacks, so he is going to be completing the Tranquil Boots. Looks like he's going to be going for that Tranquil Boots drum route that we've seen before from Batriders in the Chinese scene. What do you think about that build?
It's a build that relies more on being tanky enough to run in, force the enemy to try and stop you, and still tank through the disables and the spells that they throw at you, and then get the lasso up. It's an interesting route, and of course you get very quick when you pop the drum, so for a few fights you're very strong. I'm not sure on it, but
I feel like
how
it's
it works.
Particularly strong with the way that we've seen when teams are trying to be aggressive into a Batrider team. Instead of having that Blink Dagger, but instead having like the tankiness, allows you to be able to defend towers a lot easier.
So Mako taking a lot of damage.
Got the send back,
though.
And no more fire damage is going to be coming out, so...
that's good. Finally, one gank at least that DC managed to make it out of there. Of course, they did live mid as well when Weeha ran away, but that having to run back all the way on mid or dying is actually almost the same. Sometimes that time they invest running back to Fountain hurts you a lot.
Counter ward already laid in place by the Radiant side. They didn't actually see that Clink's coming in, but Dendi easily protects himself. Not sure what the plan there was. With just the Dream Coil, there was always going to be a Spike Carapace and underneath the tier 1 tower.
You cannot tower dive. You had your Clinks there for sure. He makes the early rotation. You want to put pressure, but you cannot tower dive a Nyx who's full HP. It just does not work out.
And that's one of the things. Like Nyx Assassin mid, that shouldn't be a hero that you feel the need to go for a dive onto him.
I think this is the bigger part. He wanted to get all the way top.
Yeah, and now Vi.Ditya Ra is going to be lassoed up. That should be enough control for sure enough Mu to be able to get that kill and speed up that drums into a Blink Dagger a little bit later on. So that was definitely the kill that Digital Chaos needed to be able to find, and they successfully grabbed it.
Yeah, now he can be up here as well and pressure the lane with the Clinks, and Weaver might be the one who doesn't find a safe home to farm anymore.
That does mean
see Artstyle and his rotation here. Even though the smoke is coming in, they have not seen that, but they know Artstyle is coming.
Is this one of those classic things, though, about Nyx Assassin, right? Is that his movements are a bit easy to read, and him being missing from that mid lane does seem to tip off Digital Chaos, and they back away from the top lane.
Resolution getting really close and personal here.
He's got the Dark Pact. He just needs a disable from one of his allies, the TPN, the Phoenix, and he's actually hoping the Shadow Shaman will get close enough. We is actually going to be taken out in the mid lane, and doesn't seem like there is any opportunity for...
I wanted to mention about Nyx, his early rotations. As you said, when you're a mid Nyx, your rotations are really obvious. It's sort of like being a mid punch in a way. You can't really gank without the enemy team knowing that you are ganking. But Nyx can farm up some good items on mid lane. Get the Ethos going, or even a Midas into Aghanims, whichever build you want to go down. Gonna fight up against Misery here. He has some backup coming in.
Dendi should be able to hit that stun, and Misery is going to be surrounded very quickly. They had to blow the Primal Roar for that one, but that'll be just fine for Na'Vi as they find yet another pickoff and still keeping a lot of pressure on that top lane. Still nobody from DC stopping the Chen and Weaver combo.
They have the drums available now, and they're trying to go behind with the Clinks, but I wonder if they can catch anyone here. There's the end snare and stomp as well.
Alright,
he kills off.
Kill some creeps. Send back though, and looks like they've only gotten one out of that.
Oh, they got two creeps. Killed the wolf and the...
Oh, okay.
So he's just forcing the Chen back. The push stopped, but that was still good tower damage. 1,000 damage to a tier 2 tower. That's gonna make Weaver's job a lot easier later on.
And plus, he rotated 3 cores from DC to that top lane, and it was pretty much unsuccessful.
Of course, giving
that,
more space to Beastmaster, who is...
Yeah, Dendy, though, going to be caught out as Rap comes in from DC.
A lot of early rotations here. It comes down to the Clinks a lot as well. Just moving your carry aggressively here is DC.
And that is kind of one of like the signature things about Clinks, right? Is that he outputs a lot of physical damage, but it's also the fact that he comes online rather quickly when it comes to movement around the map. You could see up at that top lane, Vi.Ditya Ra just pushing back the Bat Rider, but it's mid where most of our attention is going to be. Is that tier 1 tower should be going down here. The question is whether or not Na'Vi get the deny up against the Serpent Wards. And
oh, they don't.
Missing out, but still they are able to farm up the Shadow Shaman wards, and that's a decent chunk of change back into Na'Vi.
That is a lot of money, and you were mentioning the Clinks and how he comes online a little bit earlier. The thing about him is, he comes online aggressively. Some carries, like Lifesteer, great at counter-TPing. We see good Dust coming in here, actually gonna punish the early rotations now, maybe.
Yeah, Resolution turns around, actually just goes for the Courier, does successfully get it, and now at least he gets a little something in return. I can't believe that Courier just died like that. Should have been just a free pickoff on Clinks.
Yeah, I mean, money-wise, he actually put his team ahead in that little exchange. Of course, getting a kill and the experience you get, the downtime on the Clinks, it definitely hurts more for DC, but good consolation prize.
Dendy skittering around here is going to find an opening between the tier 1, tier 2, was looking for any kind of rotation. And now, I think he's looking for the Bat Rider to farm up the offlane camp, but Bat Rider is obviously instead sitting in DC's very own jungle.
This Shadow Shaman is having such a nice game. Courier died twice this game, the tower is already down, and he got the last hit on that tower, so he's looking to get a pretty early Blink Dagger here, and that's when Weaver actually has to worry about him.
Yeah, we are going to have this monster timing from DC where they've got tons and tons of initiation if they can actually get that Blink Dagger online early, because then they'll have the Bat Rider as well.
Oh yeah.
They'll have Puck to be able to jump in, get the silence. He's a pretty notorious hero against Weaver as well. So they will have this period of time where it's like
the smoke on
minutes.
smoke. It's happening.
Na'Vi, though, they're only bringing 2 supports and offlaner, and DC will be able to get the first disable in. Move, trying to be able to stop this one, but General already going for Soxa and unable to get off the Supernova in time. They're getting a lot of fire damage out. It looks like Na'Vi may lose a couple of their supports, as Sineko is going to be chased down by Midstream. Vi.Ditya Ra managing to get some damage onto Mu, while Weeha did clean up the other supports. So Vi.Ditya Ra actually still going for Mu, hoping that last couple of auto attacks would be able to finish him off. And dancing around, but DC...
There is a ward down. They have to be a little bit careful going in there. Of course, everyone is down on this bottom lane. General is just walking in like a boss. He does not want to be careful.
DC draws back underneath the cover of their tier 1 tower, and Na'Vi did try and surround that tier 1, and we're considering going for some sort of pickoff, but not going to happen. Ooh, Dendy spots Resolution right next to him.
Dendy also very close to his timing here on the blink, which I assume he's going for. If you want Ether Lens, he already would have it, so can only assume that's going to be the build from him.
Yeah, I think that does make sense. You want to be able to put some pressure. Like, first of all, you need fast responding to both Sunray, right, as well as Bat Rider. Yep. If he's lassoing somebody back, you want to be able to jump in there with your Spike Carapace.
And there's just so many heroes he can counterplay right now. If he has max level Carapace, which he's getting closer to, and he blinks in, then Shadow Shaman can't use his nuke. Puck is really easy to counter pretty much everyone, apart from the core lane.
Maybe stop Shackles from that Shadow Shaman a little bit faster if it's on someone else. There are many opportunities for Dendy to be a counter initiator here.
I would love to see General just farm a little bit more, because getting this max level on Necronomicon would be really important for him. Right now, controlling runes a little bit and thinking about rotations.
It seems like Na'Vi are trying to hit DC where it hurts just before that timing that we were talking about with the Blink Daggers and everything else. It seems like they're trying to hit Digital Chaos and slow down that option, because they could just be sitting back and farming more in both General as well as Vi.Ditya Ra. But instead, they're playing a lot of 5-man into the Radiant jungle. Big problem, though, they've yet to take that tier 1 tower, and DC are playing around that fact quite well.
There's also this ward that has been spotting them for a long time, and DC can make the comfortable decision. What do we want to do? Trying to go for the Axis into Aurora here, but gonna back out immediately.
Catch Misery with the Swarm, and a little bit more vision from the Vengeful Spirit as well, but DC they're still close enough together that there isn't really a clean opening for Navi.
How good would a hero like Ember be in this game? Look at the other lanes. Like, nobody farming, nobody split pushing, everyone just posing for this bottom lane right now. I feel like DC could have sent someone top and just be ready to TP down instead, but
yeah,
everyone down here for a long time.
Seems like they're going to give up on that bottom lane, and they do get caught on their way out. Misery is going to be the one-off, as now Navi will be able to claim the tier 1.
Misery is their sacrificial lamb. It's always going to be him, but that's fine, as long as the rest are getting farmed and getting the items. It is a little bit sad for him to die when he could have had such an early blink there, though.
That's okay.
Dandy.
Oh, this is a big pickoff. They could actually catch Moo here in the act of trying to farm up the Dire jungle. But it looks like that is the case. Moo just not gonna be able to get out. Swap to another right click.
Ensuring it, yep. And Roshan being attempted at the same time. That's a very fast Roshan.
Yeah, this is definitely an early one. 15.5 minutes. This will give Vi.DityaRa a big boost, because now he can play offensively, not have to worry so much about the heavy disables that we were saying Digital Chaos had to be able to counter Navi. So
it's about what farm is available to your team. Right now, DityaRa can farm down here when no one else could have, and he could not have done that either without the Aegis.
Yeah.
But now he can pressure down here while his team controls the rest of the map, and they should be effectively out farming DC.
Yeah, and when he gets the Lincolns, that'll mean even more opportunities, right? To be able to split push aggressively or be more active
definitely
in team fights.
As the Blink Daggers are quite delayed, the only one that's actually up yet is the Batrider Blink. And Puck, of course, going for the Veil first. Rasta dying a little bit. The smoke here on mid, though. Lasso. Probably on the Beastmaster.
And they get the coil, and now the swap. They still have managed to actually maybe save Artstyle. Oh no! Don't tell me Digital Chaos. They're trying to run down these heroes. They will be able to get Artstyle, but now the counter comes out for Navi. They manage to get the stun onto Weehaw, comboing him down, and might not be able to escape as they manage to get the pace shift up, but no. He gets the right click in. General managed to pick up that killing spree. Navi have lost 3 though, and DC just keep on moving forward. It's now they're going to be able to catch Dendy as he tries to retreat with his Vendetta, and it's just not quite enough to spike Carapace. Is not enough to keep him alive. The burn damage from the bird and the bat is enough to get the triple kill to Moo. Holy crap, he just got so much gold out of that.
There was a massive miscommunication on Navi, though. They went in with the Aegis Weaver in the backline to kill the egg. If he had one single hero helping him, a single auto attack on the egg, he would have killed off that Phoenix. But instead, he was then left alone against the Rasta, the Batrider, and the Phoenix Sunray. He just died. So I mean, Aegis lost and died afterwards.
Let's look at the way that fight initiated. One-man Dream Coil on Chen, Lasso also on the Chen.
Yeah, and swap.
Yeah, like,
and swap later. So.
At that point in time, you could probably just give up the Chen and be like, all right, sorry, buddy. You know, they use double ultimates and call that a win. But Navi trying to fight that one out unsuccessfully, as the successful Supernova does turn the tides. The favorite Digital Chaos. Navi, though, not going to be putting too much here on the brakes. They're going to try and keep on going. Catch resolution, no mana already, and no hope to escape.
No way out. You can't underestimate Navi, even after they died fair. Triple kill, of course, really nice for Moo. But they have Blink Aetherlands now on Nyx all of a sudden. And this Beastmaster with Necro 3, that's really powerful. The towers are going to take a lot of push from this.
In Digital Chaos, their composition is much more team fight oriented, and in that case, Navi will have a lot more opportunities to be able to split with heroes like the Beastmaster and even the Weaver once we see damage item picked up for him, which I was presuming was going to be the Desolator as soon as he finishes that link.
Oh, yeah, most definitely it should be. He could go for something else if he wants to. He could go for Maelstrom or something if he wants attack speed. Being able to proc on both the attacks is pretty nice as well. But I think Deso is the safest bet here.
Yeah.
So they got the mid tower, they got some damage done on the bottom tower, but more importantly, Navi are right now controlling where DC are moving. And they got a good aggressive ward as well. See if they can keep that or if it gets dewarded.
Combined with the Hawks. I think Navi is kind of one of those teams where if they do manage to get some control on you like this, it's worth making the investment into a gem. Just because you know they're going to exploit your position. Fortunately, that kind of ward ever so barely managed to find that.
That was really close.
Yeah.
It was on the edge. They smoke up immediately afterwards. see how Navi are gonna play this out. They're grouping up on mid, looking to smoke on their own, I think. Or no, they don't even have one. I'm not sure. They're just backing out and playing safe.
Yeah, I think that was the smoke call. I think they assumed that there was going to be a push through mid.
They are
to try and
aware.
catch a hero, and that's why immediately
They're
backed away
pinging
from
bottom.
mid, but
They're
yeah.
pinging bottom to indicate that, hey, no one's farming the tier 2 here. The push is coming into a tower and no one's taking the money. That's kind of suspicious.
And that's why it's always key to try and push out the lanes before you go for that smoke. Kind of serves as just an alarm. You see a tower being hit on the enemy side, and you're just like, they're not defending that. What's the deal? It's got to be a smoke.
Can I just take a second to mention, I can't believe how farmed Artstyle is. How does he have 102 CS in this game? He's been pushing a lot of different towers. He's died 3 times, and still, he's up there with Chen. He's going for that Aghanims. He's 1740 gold off.
Artstyle Chen, man. Artstyle Chen.
Yeah, he did play Chen Enchantress almost exclusively in Dream League in the playoffs, and he had a very good run with these 2 heroes. He also plays Disruptor really well, but they play well around this.
Might be a good idea to go back to the ban both junglers against Navi. We'll see.
You just can't do it though. Maybe in the second phase, but when they open Venge Beastmaster, you have to get rid of Drow and Lycan. It's forced by their first picks. So good way of drafting by Navi. Oh, Vi.Ditya Ra though. He has the Lincoln, so he's a little bit safe, but that Ether Lens on Shadow Shaman can be quite deceptive.
Yeah.
Those long-range disables.
We've got the Force Staff as well on the Bat Riders, so there are opportunities for quick plays. And let's not forget that AoE silence. Lincoln's not going to do much about that, but the initiation is down from Navi. They blow up move.
Quick plays happening indeed. Capitalist as Dandy goes in.
Turn from tier 2 to a high ground push, I think. You just forced this one outright, I believe.
Oh, you definitely do. I mean, they have decent high ground defense, but not that good when Bat Rider is dead. Puck is good, but if you're gonna defend with Shadow Shaman, you have to get so close.
Yeah, you know DC will be able to... Oh, they jump in from Diddy! He does the spike there, makes it a 2-minute done! They're blowing up Weehia! He's already gone! Sasha now gonna be swapped into a Primal Roar! Picture perfect execution from Navi as they find the outground opening.
That's just Rex.
All led from Dendy.
That's just Rex. They don't even have buyback. That is so important. Wow. What a nice play. We're talking about how in theory Nyx can work. That was exactly what people dream about doing.
Absolutely. Now Navi can back out feeling damn fine about themselves.
That came out of nowhere. First at the tier 2 tower, DC felt maybe we can defend this one. Oh, we're dead. And then like, oh, they're pushing high ground. Well, we should be able to do. Oh, we're dead again.
Yeah, we were just about to say, like, oh, you could say the DC can spam out, but they can't really initiate, right, without a Bat Rider. But Nyx Assassin Spike Carapace, one of those abilities that will punish you for trying to spam. We saw it there.
Oh, really hard, that punishment. So now Chen has the entire Aghanims. He's gonna grab up one of these Granite Golems. Very nice creep to get this early as well. So much extra HP for your team.
You're looking at Digital Chaos, who are, I would say, pretty reliant on being able to pop some heroes before they get anything done. That's what these heavy disables and heroes like Puck are all about. And being able to tank up like that and have that Granite Golem in play is really going to put a lot of wrenches in Digital Chaos's plans.
Yeah, it will. Interesting to see that the Weaver, instead of going for a Desolator, went back for the Dragonlance. Just the extra range, good stats from it. I mean, it's an extremely effective stat item.
Dendy, he already used the Spike Carapace, but unfortunately our Puck is just a bit too far behind to go for a solo kill like that.
Very elusive hero to try and kill. Smoke coming in mid from DC. Gonna look for something here.
Yeah, they gotta find an opening now, right, before Roshan.
It's a good timing as well. All the lanes are quite pushed, but they're being pinged.
Uh-oh, swap back in. Oh, in trouble. Weehawk managed to get the silence up, but he also got stunned up by the Spike Carapace. Now the Supernova goes down, but it's immediately blown up as Navi puts their attention towards it as a 5-man crew. Resolution, the only one standing in the middle of everyone with his BKB, doling out damage, but he only can kill one. Dendy managed to get the stun onto Misery. Will be able to get away with the Spike Carapace active as Vi.Ditya Ra will take out that support. And just like that, Digital Chaos call it. Navi's initiation at that bottom lane was just too damn good. And Digital Chaos can't even come back.
Navi, they're looking really strong in this group stage. First taking down Secret 2-0, and now going into this game, just making it look easy against DC.
Oh, very easy indeed, man. Navi, back in form as they are just one win away from being able to take top of their group.
Yeah, the way they made their draft work as well, I don't think teams I don't think they understand how strong art style is on Chen and Enchantress though.